Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. Today I'll show you how I made this pattern. These are the basic supplies I used. You'll need some translucent clay. You'll also need two solid colors. I've chosen blue and gold. For now I'm going to set the gold aside, and then you'll also need black and white. And I'm sorry, I forgot to put the white in here when I was filming. Now what I want to do is cut down on the color bleed from the blue and the black. And I'm going to do that by mixing equal parts translucent clay with each of them. I've rolled out my white, black, blue, and gold clay. I'm going to set aside the black and the white. I'm going to place it on this extra tile I have so that it stays clean, and I'm going to put that aside. You'll want to cut off a small section from the gold and the blue clay. Roll out the gold and the blue clay into thin snakes. You can make them as thick or as long as you would like. This is going to be the center for the bullseye. And I'm going to roll out my blue and my gold a little bit thinner. You can actually make them as thin or as thick as you would like. I used about a 5 on the pasta machine, which is about the halfway mark. Wrap your gold clay in the blue clay. Cut off any excess. And then roll it to join the pieces together and to smooth out any seams. Now wrap this in the gold clay. And because we will keep adding more clay to it, the snake will get longer and longer as we roll it out. And you'll keep going, alternating between the gold and the blue. You can have as many layers as you want. You'll repeat the steps with the blue snake of clay, alternating until you have as many layers as you like. And these are my two snakes. One came out much larger than the other one, and that's okay. One does have more layers than the other. And both of them have an outer layer of gold, and that's okay. You could have one that ended in gold and one that ended in blue. It really doesn't matter either way. And now you'll wrap one of the snakes in black and one of them in white. And I did roll out my black clay so it is really thin. I did use the third setting from the thinnest on my pasta machine. And I am slightly pulling to stretch it out a little bit, and that is just to make it slightly thinner than it was. Now that I have my snakes of clay rolled out in the black and the white, I'm going to cut off an equal length section from each of them and set them aside. This will be the thickest and the longest any of my pieces will be. You want to gently roll out just a little portion of the long snake of clay. You want to make it slightly thinner than the one we just previously cut. It should be the same length, but not the same thickness. Measure it out in comparison to the original cut. I do need to roll mine just a little bit more, and then measure it and cut off. Again, I'm going to roll it out until it is thinner than the previous cut, but again the same length. This will be my last one. I'm going to do 4 in each set. You can do as many as you want in each set, but do remember that every time you roll it out and make it smaller, you will lose more and more details. I'm going to continue this process with the rest of my black clay, and then the rest of the one that's wrapped in white. We'll need a little bit more of the black and the white. You'll need to roll out each one. I'm going to roll them out so that they fit through my pasta machine. I'm going to roll them out on a number 4. That is the 4th from the thinnest setting. I'm going to set the white aside. For now, I'm going to work with the black. I'm going to take one set of 4. I'm going to make sure that one end is even. Even though we tried to make them all even as we were cutting them, they're going to naturally be a little bit different in length. Once I have them flat on one end, I'm going to lay them on the rolled out black clay, as close to the edge as I can on one side. On the other side, we're going to cut off the excess clay, so that's okay. I'm going to keep wrapping it until it's completely covered, except for the ends. I did get a little bit too much clay on one end, so I'm just pinching it off. Repeat this with all sets, and then also with the white. These are all my sets when I'm done. Now you'll want to alternate between the black and the white. And I am flipping and alternating between the biggest end and the smallest end being side by side. You'll want to press in gently on all the sides to connect the clay together. Now I'll use a roller and do the same thing. Be sure to roll all sides so that you do not distort the shape or pattern. I am applying gentle pressure. You don't want to press down too hard into the clay because that will distort it. And you also don't want to press down too softly because then it really won't do much. And then you'll just need to slice it off. Couple things. I did not put it in the freezer like I should have. That's why it's kind of all bendy and wonky. And also, my blade is not that sharp. I did go ahead and cut these off screen because I was struggling a little bit. You can cut yours into as thin or thick of a slice as you would like. I'm going to just do the three. I'm going to lay them side by side and join them together. And I will do that by burnishing them. I do like to use index cards. You can use paper or printer paper or whatever you have to burnish. Apply gentle to medium pressure. And you do want to make sure you go in all directions so that the clay does not become distorted. And after burnishing it for quite some time, this is what I have. A very polished piece of clay. And now you can just cut out shapes and make whatever you want out of it. I do hope that you found something useful in my tutorial. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye!